You know, sometimes the most incredible stories are hiding in plain sight. Today, we're going to do a little digital investigation. We're going to peel back the layers of what looks like a totally normal online store. And what we're going to find reveals something, well, something fascinating and maybe a little unsettling about the future of how we shop online. Okay, let's dig in.
So, it all starts with this one simple question. We're looking at a storefront on Etsy, right? You know, the platform famous for handmade, unique, one-of-a-kind goods. But is everything here really what it seems? All right, let's set the scene. We're looking at this specific shop called TheDigtlebites, and what it sells are digital downloads. You know, things like SVG and PNG files you can use to make your own t-shirts and mugs. Now, if you look at the shop's basic info, it's a total newbie on the scene. It's only been on Etsy for a month, it has just 8 sales and 55 items for sale. Honestly, that sounds pretty standard for someone just getting their feet wet.
Exactly. Your first impression is, okay, this is just a small-time creator, maybe a graphic designer trying to make a little side money. Totally normal. But then you see it. The first clue that something here is off.
And that clue? It's all about the price. We're talking a massive, store-wide sale that seems, well, it seems completely impossible.
Okay, so the original price for a typical design is listed at $2.50, which, let's be real, is already super cheap for a piece of digital art someone supposedly spent their time creating. But hold on, that's not even what you actually pay.
The sale price is, get this, 62 cents. Yeah, just pocket change. This isn't just a sale, it's practically a giveaway.
And it's not just one item. This is happening across pretty much the entire store, a consistent 75% off. This isn't some short-term promotion to get people in the door. This is the actual business model.
So you gotta ask, right? How can any creator afford to sell their work for so little? I mean, after the platform takes its cut, you're making pennies on each sale. How could anyone possibly keep a business going like this? Well, the answer isn't in the price. It's in the products themselves.
To crack this case, we've got to look closer at what they're actually selling. Because when you start reading the item titles, oh boy, the picture gets a lot clearer and a whole lot weirder.
Okay, check out this title, Red, White, and Blueberries. Sounds patriotic, normal enough. But then you see Charlie Memorial 1993-2025. Who is Charlie, and why does this t-shirt design seem to be predicting his death for next year? It makes absolutely zero sense.
And here's another one. Funny 67 ice cream design. Why the number 67? What's funny about it? Is it some kind of inside joke I'm not getting? Or, and this is starting to feel more likely, is it just a random number plugged into a template?
Or how about this one? Pumpkin Pac-Man Halloween. I mean, sure, those are all popular keywords related to Halloween, but they're just smashed together. It feels less like a creative idea and more like an algorithm just trying to hit every search term it possibly can.
And then, bam, out of nowhere, buried among all the holiday stuff, you'll find this, a super specific design from the video game Elden Ring. It's completely out of place with everything else, which suggests the strategy of just casting the widest net possible for whatever's trending.
Yeah, when you put it all together, the pattern is crystal clear. You've got random numbers, you've got mashed up ideas, and you've got keyword stuffing galore. These aren't the quirks of a human creator. These are the digital fingerprints of an automated system.
So the impossibly low price, the bizarre, nonsensical titles, it all points to one thing. We are not looking at a human artist's shop here. What we've stumbled upon is an AI content mill.
So, what is an AI content mill? Well, think of it like this. It's a business built entirely on volume. By using artificial intelligence, someone can generate a virtually unlimited number of products. The cost to create one more design is practically nothing, which is exactly why they can afford to sell them for 62 cents a pop.
So how does a system like this actually work? The probable workflow is surprisingly simple. First, you generate thousands of text prompts based on trending topics. Then, you feed those prompts into an AI image generator like Midjourney or DALL-E, which churns out the designs. The weird titles? Those are automated too. And the final step? You just bulk upload everything to a storefront like Etsy and wait for the sales to trickle in.
Look, this ghost store isn't just some weird one-off thing. It's actually a sign of a huge shift. So let's zoom out and think about the fallout. What does this mean for the whole creator economy?
Let's break it down. For actual human artists, you're now competing against an opponent that can produce an infinite amount of content for an impossibly low price. For us, as buyers, it's getting way harder to find genuine, quality work in a sea of AI-generated noise. And for the platforms themselves, like Etsy, this whole model basically attacks the very idea of being a handmade marketplace.
This is the new reality we're in. The game is changing for creative fields. A human creator is now literally competing with a machine that never gets tired, never runs out of ideas, and never ever sleeps.
And all of this really leaves us with one big, lingering question. As AI gets better and better at making art, music, and designs, what does it even mean to be creative? In a world where everything is just content, who or what